Welcome back to my kitchen, friends. In this vlog we are participating Jessica from Three Rivers Homestead Every Bit Counts challenge, and we are already coming to mid to end week, and today we are going to preserve this lovely parsley we've just picked. So the preservation method we are using to preserve the parsley, we're going to freeze dry them. So I've got my freeze drying trays here. I've got a medium freeze dryer with 4 trays, so we're going to fill 4 trays and turn the freeze dryer on. That's gonna be easy. So I'm just gonna go through, I'm going to probably pick off the leaves, and we're going to discard the stem. The preservation methods I'm going to use in the month of August in the Every Bit Counts challenge are the following. We're going to pressure can, water bath can, we're going to freeze and freeze dry. The next one, what we're going to do after the parsley, we're going to freeze the chard and the kale, what we've picked from the garden. The other preservation method we're using in this vlog, to store it in a pantry. Some people call it larder, cellar, cold room. So as following, like the potatoes, we've just put the potatoes there. This is the similar way I store this winter squash or pumpkin. Also in this vlog we're going to store in our pantry the shallots. So some of the products in this challenge we're going to simply air dry and dehydrate. So if you're interested to learning about the preservation method, to be self-sufficient, grow your own food, you are welcome to my kitchen, to my garden. So this is gonna take me a while, but I don't mind doing projects like that, you know. I'm discarding the ones with like a lighter or yellow leaves, or with leaves with spots on. Try to preserve the healthiest leaves. We can then mix this with salt, like parsley salt. We can do all sorts with it, you know. We can then rehydrate it and we can use it in soups, stews, or anything we would like the parsley flavor. Although parsley is quite a hardy plant, herb on my climate, it's not a perennial, but it is. So if they self-seed, they will come back to me, you know, like lots of other flowers and vegetables. So yeah, further ado, let's preserve all these lovely parsley, friends. Okay, nearly all my 4 freeze-dried trays now full, or that's how much I've managed to put on it of the harvest what we've harvested. I've just turned the freeze dryer on. It takes a few minutes to cool down to the temperature, so we can go and turn it on, and that's it. Let's see how long it's gonna take. I am going to put this straight to the freeze dryer. With freeze drying process you can pre-freeze your product to save time. I have decided to put them all as it is and let the freeze dryer do all the job. So this was quite straightforward preserving, and all this parsley will last us up to a year or even longer if we store it properly, but I'm sure we're going to use it up within a year. Okay, so we all done. I'm just going to evenly spread this out on our tray, like that. And this actually shouldn't take us too long, but I reckon it's gonna be at least a day with a pre-freezing process. But we never know with a freeze dryer. From my experience, I'm using freeze dryer for years. You just never know how long it's gonna take the product. Our next preservation project is freezing kale and Swiss chard. So first thing first, I washed this kale, and what I'm gonna do now, I'm just going to remove the leaves from the stalk bit. We're going to freeze both, and we're going to vacuum pack. Because I am planning to use this up fairly soon, I'm not going to blanch. If we would like to freeze it for like a longer time, then I would probably blanch it and then freeze it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna remove the stem, I'm gonna chop the stem up, vacuum pack that separate, going to write down on kale stem, and then we can use that up in stews, soups. That'll be brilliant. And the leaves, wherever we would like kale friends. I've not used my machine, the vacuum sealer, for a very long time. I've just turned it on. It came on. I bought it years ago, so yeah. So I'm quite looking forward to try it again this way. And I'm gonna do exactly the same with the Swiss chard. We're using the Sunset Swiss chard today with those beautiful bright yellow stem. With the Swiss chard, because the stem it's very tender as well, we're just going to do all together. We're not gonna bother. I might separate a little bit, but not gonna separate like the kale. I have decided to discard the stemmy bit because it's a bit woody, it's tougher than I would like. So we're going to take that. The goats will absolutely love it. I've also got some boiled eggs in here. I'm just preparing this bowl to take it to the animals, and we've got a minute. So with the leaves, I'm just literally cutting them from a few inches, and that can straight away go to the freezer bags, vacuum sealer bags, and we can vacuum seal them. The only thing I need to do to write on the bags what is in them. Let me show you the bags. So because we haven't got a lot, I'm using the small bags. This is already like a little prepared vacuum sealer bags of content. So I'm gonna put the kale. I'm gonna put kale 25 and not blanched. So I know this is not blanched, friends. So literally, I'm just gonna get my marker pen, put kale 25 not blanched. And we can just fill them. These kale been washed and towel dried. And I'm just gonna turn the vacuum sealer on to show you how we're gonna do this. Our next job is to preserve this lovely Swiss chard. So I'm just gonna take this end bit off. Actually, this can go to my bowl in here for the animals. Check it through. If I'm happy, that can go to this bowl here next to me. And this is again been already washed, so that's all good. If I see any signs of anything I am not happy with, I just basically cut it off. But I leave the stems on these because they are lush and tender. Don't need discarding, although the animals absolutely love it. One of Juniper's, my dairy goat's favorite. Okay, so again we do this exactly the same what we've done with the kale. I am just going to cut this, let's say in an inch or so, and all together you can vacuum seal these. Again, I'm gonna write down. I have decided to write down a month as well because we're not blanching this neither, so we ideally would need to aim to use this up within a couple of months. So I put 825 chard, and I'm gonna put not blanch, just in case we decide to go do this again and we're going to decide to blanch them, so I know which one is which one. So the kale is now here. It made 4 small bags and waited for the next. So the next is gonna be the chard. We have got more chard than we had kale, so probably we need more bags. So 825. Chard, we put kale, not blanched. I am really looking forward to trying this cooking after being frozen. Let's see if it's successful, friends. I still haven't found my freezing books. I've got it. I've got this lovely book. I couldn't find it since the move. Nice and tight. And we're gonna vacuum seal it. Okay, so this is now ready to go to the freezer. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Swiss chard and 1, 2, 3, 4 kale bags. I've just been to the garden and started harvesting the beans, but already dried. And this one is the yin yang, you know, the black and white. Oh wow, that is so beautiful. I'll have to bring you closer to show you. I mean, how wonderful this pin's looking. It's truly yin yang. Wow, look at this. Does it even look real, like a marble? So this is not gonna be the preservation day for this for today because we've only got literally this much. But I was just so curious. There's still a lot to harvest there. And we're going to actually store this in like a mason jar in a pantry as well. I'm gonna leave a few so we can use it next year's garden. And the rest we can make soup, stew with it. It all depends how much we're gonna have. We might even can some. But I am impressed how pretty this is. I am ready to do the next preservation method where we're going to slice up the kohlrabi we've just harvested, and I am thinking about freeze drying them. Turn the other freeze dryer on and let's see how it goes. So this particular slicer, slice it up really thin. And you see, so good. All done. Our soup is coming along nicely, and I just took out the marinated steak, what we're gonna have for tea. I only need to do, chop some potatoes, put it in an active fry, and I'm probably gonna make some fresh mayonnaise. So equally, I'm just gonna separate these kohlrabi on my 4 tray. I've already turned the freeze dryer on. Needs 15 minutes to cool down so we can start the process. Because these ones are in all sorts of shapes and sizes. So I'm just hoping it's gonna go well. We just need to think about how we're gonna store them. Either Milo bags or jars, because I'm running low on jars. I have got a half full compost bin here in front of me. I've already emptied the compost bin once today. It is a busy day, so it's filling up again. So my next job is to going through these lovely shallots. They are nice and dry. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to separate this shallot to each individual pieces, what I've already done in most of the cases. But I just wanted to show you how beautiful this shallot is. So we put the one shallot in a ground, and then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 all together in return. So what I'm gonna do, gently, I'm just gonna separate, and literally I'm just going to like tidy up. If it's a compost or soil on it, I'm gonna take that off because this will go to storage to the pantry in a Hassin sack. This is gonna take me a while. I'm just gonna listen to my favorite podcast, and this will be done in no time. Some of them are on a smaller side because it's been shaded. If you were here with me and we harvested this, or through the growing season, you know that I had all sorts in that bed. If you would have only had shallot, you would have probably had all more than this side. 12 hours later, our parsley, it's done in a freeze dryer. I'm just gonna do some additional crunching. Make sure they are nice and dry. And I'm just going to put them in this mason jar, a quartz jar. I'm sure I can fit all in, smells gorgeous. And with this little handy tool, I'm just going to secure that lid on the top. The kohlrabi, it's still going. This will make a lovely quartz jar. Morning, Sleepy.
Good morning.
I've done the alpacos.
What about these two? What about these two? What about these two? And the chickens and the cats.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I was gonna go back. Wanted to do this because the freeze dryer just finished. I was gonna go back to do the rest.
Did you ever?
Bless you. Okay, the next job is I'm going to sort out the shallots and put it for storage, so that large and medium one can go to this onion bag, and that can go to the pantry, and the tiny ones can go to this little tub. And we need to use this up because these definitely won't store well. I've just finished cutting the dog's hair, so that's the job done. That was on my list for literally months. So they're okay now. For a couple of months again. Aren't you sure, Pisces? You look nice and pretty. They had a bath as well. Had their dinners. Now they're happy. Just collected the eggs. We had 6 eggs today. And I'm going to see his mum. When he comes back, we're going to have that beautiful soup I made yesterday. The spicy tomato and summer vegetable soup. And probably we call it a day. Tomorrow is our next day out. It's like a farm show fair. First time we're going to this one, so I'm looking forward to it. It's not far from us. I've just put the bag of shallots here for now. This squash is from last year. We really need to use this up. And all these products are from last year. We need to come out to do a pantry tour and do another inventory. We've got so much food left. Oh, wow. Honestly, it's not surprised. I'm actually panicking how I'm gonna finish the Every Bit Counts challenge because we've got so much food left from previous years. I haven't got jars, friends. And this is just the first part. We've got more. All these as well. Absolutely loads. I really enjoy doing this, don't take me wrong, but I don't think so we eat enough what I can, or I think I just over can, because I love doing it that much. I mean, all this, it's from this year, from the floor all the way up, it's this year's. The cherries are this year's, these are last year's, that freeze dried. Uh-oh, okay, this one is using up. Right, so these jars now lifted. It's okay. Yeah, we need to come and do inventory and go through all these jars because we don't want to spoil them after this hard work. 38.5 hours we are into freeze drying that kohlrabi. Soon that finishes off, I'll show you the result. After 45 minutes, the freeze dryer just finished, so I'm going to put the kohlrabi in this jar. They're crunchy and delicious. We just came home and they started to go cold, the tray again in the machine, but I think it's still good. So I might be alright, you know. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me. First week of the Every Bit Counts challenge, it's done. See you in the next month. Bye, friends!